I had a friend who bid 30% over asking price on a house, and the realtor told him that he was the lowest of 6 bids on the house. And that was 30% over the asking price. He was the lowest of 6.
Well, it's funny what you say. So Morgan, my mother-in-law is a real estate agent. And so the way that she's kind of talking about it right now is sellers are kind of looking at the news around inventory, and they're like, there's no inventory, so I can price this kind of however I want it. But then buyers are looking at the increased rates, and they're kind of like, well, that price that you're listing it at might have made sense like 6 months ago, but now it makes absolutely no sense at all. And so we have this kind of like stalemate between sellers and buyers. It's got to be like the most challenging little window to be a real estate agent right now. Like, I don't know what I would tell my clients.
I imagine it's really painful for the psychology of sellers when in your head, you're like, my house is worth X. I go into Zillow and Zillow says it's worth $1 million, whatever. But in reality, given where interest rates, you're like, no, it's probably worth 30% less than that. You think it's worth $1 million, it's worth 700. In your head, you just lost $300,000 and you do not want to admit that. You want to blame your realtor. You want to say, no, I'm going to hold out for a good buyer. And a lot of these people I think are I think the majority of people with for sale signs in front of their house right now are in denial. Someone brought up this idea the other day that I thought was really interesting, which is how much power Zillow has over the American psyche. Because 65% of Americans that own a house, a huge percentage of them log into Zillow and they're like, wow, that's more than I thought. I'm richer than I thought. I have hundreds of thousands of dollars more in net worth than I thought. And that's just based off of an algorithm that some 23-year-old in Seattle plugged into a spreadsheet. And then they go to sell and they realize that that algorithm might be disconnected from reality a little bit, and all of a sudden they are absolutely crushed. And it's like Zillow is literally singularly responsible for trillions, tens of trillions of dollars in American psyche. And that if they are off by a couple percentage points, they've ruined the psychology of American families because of it.